Did you just see that? I was like grabbing a pillow for backrest. It said play with me. Welcome to hell, guys. This is Doki Doki Literature Club. The last one literally gave me like mental scarring for like a day. Like I had like flashing images. It's pretty much gone now, but here we go with this weirdo. Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm also kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. I'm similar, I'd say. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. I knew she had daddy issues. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it's paid off in the end, didn't it? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, asshole. She's fine. Just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share our poems now? I don't want to share my poems. I wish there was a Sayori route. Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. That's the point of sharing. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this one. I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great. Well, let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort got caught in her throat. You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Okay. Eagles can fly. Oh, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. It's the exact same poem as before. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next, Monika? Hi, asshole. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, asshole. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we're all learning to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, asshole. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. This kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yeah. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in fushy mood pretty often. Sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. It's so, like, abusive. It's just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. Oh my god. Monika just, like, doesn't even care. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? That's not the point. Oh my god. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Oh, this is a continuation of the other one. There's a guy on the other side looking at me, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The rooms begin to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. It's right there. He's right there. Swelling my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, this kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poets have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be pretty powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh, Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Yeah, let me shut off some of that notification. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. It's just, I need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we still haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. It's the same one as before as well. I'm so sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since the first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, asshole. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. Or I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Those pitch changes make me want to die. It's just like for a brief moment. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language. I guess I was trying to say something nice. Oh, you mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Asshole did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Asshole liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Yours stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Asshole appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you... No, he didn't appreciate my advice more. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Asshole started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Oh, this was the time Sayori stepped in earlier. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle's too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that you proved my point. Most people learn how to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Asshole hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Asshole. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. This is so stressful. I don't think, like, you can comprehend how stressful this is right now. Natsuki! Natsuki. 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 Mom, fuck. Good. Get out. I don't like you. Leave. It's actually freaking me out. I'm sitting in a dark room by myself. Okay, cool, I had to click. Hey, Asshole. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? I can still click their names. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? Can't even confront my own club members properly. That got heated so quick. Jeez, I get uncomfortable when people start going at it. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in my own to put, or have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, this is the first time we've ever seen her cry. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. It looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Asshole. Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it all by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks back at me like she wants to say something. She keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should at least be the last one out. But I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Asshole. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? Sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate this. It's scary! Can we just stop with, like, the happy music during these times? That would be really fantastic. Cool. Excitement, flower, puppy, shopping, milk, marshmallow, play, imaginate, oh, okay, bliss, kitty, bubbles, skipping, socks, hop, giggle, boop, fun, bunny, mouse, heart. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. That's pretty normal, yeah. Like just someone's levitating torso constantly glitching back and forth. If I was greeted at a club with something like that, I'd definitely not show up. I don't know, that's just me, but... Hi, Yuri's right tit. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression. She has only a right breast. There's no expression there. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Oh, there she is. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at the desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. It's something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it's our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I'd already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person, and now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. That's all. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around, and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Should I got like short-term memory loss? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But... I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel any better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. No. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Well, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good at it. You're still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Aw, well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, asshole. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki already ran off into the closet. Asshole. Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so? I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure that Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading books yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're getting over there. We're going over there. Okay, what's the story about anyway? Well, I'll look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and then starts selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean... no, not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, asshole? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forget that Yuri isn't into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Yo, whoever the hell, like, Black Shadow text here is, they can just, like, screw off. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets what? I'm gonna have to look at that and pause it for you guys because I didn't see that. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling's somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Is the black text like what they're thinking? I feel like that's what they're thinking. Anyways, that's funny. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm's in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. Guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb right after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? Her face is freaky. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just trying to think the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Asshole? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? No, not really. Just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from them. You know, screw Natsuki's dad. Whoever the hell he is, I hate him. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. Probably be able to learn something from it. Yeah, so I can just kind of... I can really see the symbolism here. Yeah, I don't know, it's a little bit rough to decipher. Asshole. Shadow voice. Coming in hot. Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, asshole, do you? Oh, fuck. I'm such a rat. I can't... You don't hate me, asshole, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want me to make me go home crying? The club's the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. That sucks. She's bleeding out of her eyes. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. That's all I have. Play with me. Play with me! Ooh! Yeah! Fucking hell. We just continue on like usual? No, what? It just snaps her neck in front of me and makes weird noises? That was fucking... Hi again, asshole. How's the written going? Alright, I guess. I just had a girl slap my neck. Slap. I'm not even gonna try and say what I was trying to say. Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as if it's not going bad. It's going horrible. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. You want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. Great job, asshole. Is it just me, or is the audio very far away? I think it might be my speaker. Whatever, you guys can hear it. Great job, asshole! I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Okay, sorry. My headphones are being very, very interesting right now. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. The playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Delete her. Delete who? I'm so like easily scared and I hate it. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when... who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. Okay. Good stuff. You'll help me. Ow! Literally, I'm having the worst time with my freaking speakers right now. That sucked. We're good. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my program to next? You or me? Please don't kill yourself in front of me like Natsuki. That would be great. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. Well, there's some things that you could work on. That doesn't really matter. Feels like anything written by you is a treasure. It came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Okay, wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, tune controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbots, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears in a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Yikes. Doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I take it out on your pen. What the frick does that mean? That a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation? What does that mean? You can keep the poem, no. You've unlocked a special poem. Yes. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's a good poem. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, wow. If anyone's noticing my cursor right now, it's a bleeping picture of, I think, Sayori, so that's really cool. Check it out. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to get out, or we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Oh, I saw you were dead, Sayori, or Natsuki. Oh, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. It's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. I'm going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Askell joined. We started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival's our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyways? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. That's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, asshole? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of asshole to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monika, do you really think any of us here join the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until asshole joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home, and asshole isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. That's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are just fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monika is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and asshole want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club. It's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? That doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. So, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? It's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice to join, or not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is that a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone in the club like that. You don't understand it at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with a club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away from... No, asshole. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could just have joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of the time, things were nice. Natsuki started packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Okay, shadow text. Someone just took a pin to her eyeball real quick. Well, that's the end of episode 6. Stuff is getting really weird. Like, super weird. And I'm really prone to, like, even the tiniest of jump scare. So, I'm really taken aback by everything that happens. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking it out till episode 6. Steam says that I've sunk just about 7 hours into this game, but some of it's off camera. But, yeah, I've never really been so invested. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening, a morning, a afternoon. Thank you again. Peace.